Anyway, so let's dive into this deal. The guy he has assumable mortgage at $2.5 million. Isn't willing to carry a note. What do you think? Did you make an offer already on this guy?
Nope. Because I know he's asking for too much, but he's giving us the information. I just didn't know exactly where should I offer him based
Sure.
on
All
the
right.
market. I don't
Let's
have
dive
enough
into this.
data.
So let's say, how much is the cap expense, do you think? Needs little to no repairs. How much do you think we're spending on repairs?
Yeah, I don't think it really needs anything, but just for protection, maybe like 80 to 100. I don't know.
Right. I'm
Right.
writing 250. I mean, it's not a small deal.
Yeah, it's 38 units, so
Yeah. 36 units. It says 30, oh, 36 units
yeah,
occupied.
36
30.
occupied.
Yeah,
I'm
got
sorry,
it. Okay.
two vacant. Yeah.
All right. And he's got he's got a assumable mortgage. Here's the funny thing, guys. This is my favorite part. So in this situation, the guy's got an assumable mortgage for $2.5 million at 3%, 3.2% for 5 years. Here's the thing, guys. What the am I doing? What am I doing with the other $4 million? Like, I don't want to come out of pocket 4 million. This guy wants me to put down 65%, right? I mean, look at this debt area, right? Like he wants us
Yeah.
to come out of pocket. Let's go to 30 year. He wants us to, if I assume his loan at 3.2, yeah, I mean, like it's like a 65% down. What are you out of your mind? It's crazy, you know? Like it would be crazy to be that far out of pocket. I mean, like, look, obviously, let's try to plug in some income numbers. You can actually see here. Actually, okay, got it. This is why I wasn't using this sheet. I apologize because this is a shopping center deal where we had to plug in. This is like one of those situations, Chelsea, of like, hey, there's increases. This is like exactly like we talked about. Okay, got it. Let me stop sharing for a second. Let me get a clean sheet for you guys. Give me 1 minute. 6.7 million, 50,000 bucks for due diligence, syndication fee, nothing. Closing costs 250,000. We are going to do a capex budget of 250 grand. That all looks pretty clean. 30-year note, 3.2%, 35. It's all estimated. Amortization, we'll figure that all out. Let's go to income. And we are doing all one bedroom. So we're just going to delete all that. Square footage. We're going to guess. And we're going to say it's like 500 feet a unit. It's probably tiny. There's 38 of them. The only thing we're going to do actually is that we're going to do 36 here. And then we're going to do the same exact copy, paste. And we're going to drop it here. And we're going to do 2 vacant. These are the vacants. That's already calculated. Everyone's paying about $1,000 per unit, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so then what we're going to do here is we're going to do annual price per square foot. I'm going to change that. We're going to do monthly rent. We're going to do $1,000, and then it's going to be here equals that times 36. Base rent, done. Okay, there we go. Now we're making 36,000 a month. We got some vacancies. Do we think we can get more money?
That's what I'm looking up now.
We're going to say that we can probably get 1,200 bucks. You tell me if it changes. Just I'm going to estimate that for now. Okay. Let's say we can get 1,200 bucks in monthly rent, which would be equals 1,200 times 36. And we can say that we can do that in 1 year. So we're going to say 4-6. Okay. 4 to 6 quarters. And then we got this one here, which we're going to say the same exact thing, but these are going to get rented much faster. And that'll be, let's say, 2 to 3 quarters. Okay. The next 2 to 3 quarters, 6 to 9 months. Okay. Maybe it's sooner, maybe it's later. I can actually delete those two. Don't know what that's there. We're also going to keep a 5% vacancy rate. That's fine. Expenses. This was from the triple net situation where we deleted all this other stuff. Obviously, in this situation, what we can do really quickly is we could just basically take a quick estimated, let's say 35%. So this would be equals.
Yeah, the market range is from 1,000 to 1,475. So 1,200 is reasonable.
So hold on, sorry, there's one calculation that's off a little bit, which is this one, which we just have to say, because it's saying that everybody, yeah, just say equals that. There we go. And then this one is actually just 1,200 bucks. Yeah, we actually don't even need this. Delete that column. There you go. This is going to be pro forma rent. Okay, there we go. How many more? Everything else looks pretty clean. 438 gross. We're estimating expenses here at 35% plus everything else. I'll even just clean this out because obviously I don't have any expenditures. I have my 5% management fee. I've got my 35% expense ratio up top, and I've got my 5% vacancy rate. Now, if we go back to our summary page, it's saying that our future value, what do we think we could sell this for cap rate wise? I think 7.5 might be light.
I mean, it's definitely in a nice area class.
All right, then seven and
Wilmington,
a half might be reasonable then. Okay.
seven
Here's
and
the
a half.
thing. We're saying that the value is only going to be $5.1 million in 5 years.
See, that's the part where I needed your help with, because I know he asking for too much in no question, but I didn't know how much he was
Well, think
asking.
about it like this, guys. I'm gonna stop. Well, I guess I could just do it on the sheet. Okay, look. Anytime, right? Anytime. First thing we're gonna do for basis. Okay, number one, you just need to know like a price per unit, what they're trading for. But if you're wondering real quick, you want to know basis, real fast, 1% rule of rent. So if you're getting $1,000 a unit, 1% rule, right? 100 grand a door, $1,000 a month in rent. Because think about what happens. Okay. If I paid 3.8, I did no other math, guys. I just did 1% roll. I did no other math. Let's say I got a normal loan, let's say 7% and 65. Deal's not horrible. And I did no other math here. I did no other calculation other than just a 1% roll. And this is just buying it straight up without dealing with his bullshit assumable loan. Guys, anyone who gives you the idea, oh, but I have an assumable loan, but you have to put down 65%, you're out of your mind, right? It doesn't, and 9 times out of 10 doesn't help anything, okay? The only time in the assumable loan helps is if they want to sell it for a great price. If they want to sell it for a great price and they have a 50%, assumable mortgage at 50+%, that could be interesting. A 30% assumable loan? What the f am I doing with that? Doesn't help anybody. Now, if he was willing to sell or finance the rest, maybe it's interesting at the same interest. So immediately, now look, I'm not saying I'd even offer 3.8. I'd probably tell you, because look at this, right? At 3.8, you can see by all the numbers here, it's not exactly a steal.
He bought it at 375 in May 31st, 2016.
He overpaid then.
Yeah.
He overpaid then. I mean, look, I don't think there's any room on this. I don't know who, dude, it's only a 6 cap right now. But also you have to think about motivation for a second, Logan, because it's like, dude, if we're thinking about motivation, he's got a 3% interest rate loan for 5 more years. He's gonna be more upset in 5 years than he is now. You know what I mean?
When he has to refinance or pay it off.
Yeah, exactly. When he's got a refi. Yeah, and John, you're asking about the 1% rule. So again, if I see that hypothetically for multifamily only, by the way, if you're doing multifamily and you say, oh, they're all rent, and the seller says, oh, they're all rented for the same thing, like, oh, they're all rented for $1,000 a month. In my mind, if this guy tells me it's $1,000 a month, okay, and then wants 300 a door, you got your mind. But if he wants 1%, which is 100, so I immediately in my mind will always do, okay, it's $1,000 average, divide into 1%, 100 grand a door, $1,000 per unit. 100 grand a door, 1% rule per month. That to me, okay, at least he's not out of his mind, right? He's not crazy, right? Because again, if he says 1,500 a unit, 150 grand a door. If they're all rented for $2,000 a door and he wants 200 grand a door, right? If they're all rented for 2,000, he wants 200 grand a door. He's in a ballpark. He's actually in a range that sounds reasonable. Most of the time, you'll actually probably get somebody to offer you around the 1% rule. Now, there's obviously some markets where you get higher or lower, but very quick baseline. It's like, that's roughly where people's heads are at. If you just average the entire rent for the entire building, right, on a rent per unit basis, you can pretty much come up with a rough idea of what it should be worth without even doing any crazy calculation, just on a 1% rule. Now, what you could also do is do 1% roll plus 20%. You can almost never lose. You almost can always make money, which basically just means, I'm trying to think the best way to say it. Whatever the 1% rule comes out to, try to get a 20% discount, you'll always make money. You'll almost always make money, right? So if you're buying this for a deal like this deal here, if we did 80 G's a door, which is, 1% roll is 100, and we take 80 grand times 38 units, $3 million. Just, I mean, anybody should buy this deal for $3 million.